Hi everyone. Now we are into chapter 10. Other two chapters are there, I know that. So the small chapter we'll finish it off first. So this is about internal trade. So here we are seeing what is trade, then what are the two types of trades, then what is internal trade and external trade, etc. Okay. So first, what is trade? Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services with the objective of earning profit. So, not just selling and buying, but buying and selling of goods or services for money or to earn profit. Now, on the basis of geographical locations of buyers and sellers, trade can be broadly classified into two categories: internal trade and external trade. It is mainly on the basis of geographical area. Okay, then the trade which takes place within a country, okay, it is called internal trade. The trade between two countries or two or more countries called external trade. So I'll repeat: internal trade means trade within a country, then external trade, trade outside the country or trade between two or more countries. Hope it is clear. Now we are going to see what are the types of internal trade and what is internal trade. So we learned already buying and selling of goods and services within the boundaries of one country is called internal trade. Okay. Example like shopping from neighborhood shop or a central market or a departmental store or a mall and door-to-door salesperson, then buying from an exhibition. All these things are examples for internal trade. Okay. Then here, what are the features? No customs duty or no import duty you have to pay. Okay, because it is already produced in the local area or domestically it is produced. And the next thing is internal trade means it is domestic production and it is mainly for domestic consumption. No need to export anything. Okay. Now there are two types of internal trade. One is wholesale trade and retail trade. Now we'll see what is wholesale trade. Okay, so when the production in one area and producers are in one area and the customers are in different areas, then it will be very difficult for the producers to sell their products. Okay, so it is very difficult for the producers to reach all the consumers and or the users directly. Okay, so here they use wholesalers. Okay, those who do wholesale is called wholesalers. Okay, so wholesalers, they purchase and sell goods and services in large quantities. Okay, so they are the intermediaries between, or they are the link between producer and retailer. Okay, so they are buying goods in large quantity and they sell in small quantities. Okay, and these wholesalers are the link between manufacturers or producers and the retailers. So there are some services that the wholesalers provided to manufacturers, because we learned they are the link between producer and retailer. So we will see which are the services these wholesalers are given to producers or manufacturers. First one is facilitating large scale of production. Second one, bearing risk. Third one, financial assistance. Fourth one, expert advice. Then fifth, help in marketing function. And the next one, sixth is facilitate production continuity. And the last one is storage. All these are the services wholesalers are providing to producers or manufacturers. Next, what are the services wholesalers provide to retailers? Now, first one, availability of goods, then marketing support and grant of credit, then specialized knowledge, and the last one is risk sharing. Okay, all these are the services to retailers. Now we will see what is retail, okay, or retail trade. So the retailer normally buys goods in large quantities or small quantities from the wholesaler and sells them in small quantities to the ultimate consumers. Okay, so the manufacturer is producing goods, or producer is producing goods in somewhere, but the goods are not reaching directly from the manufacturer to the consumers or the ultimate one who is consuming the goods. So first, from the manufacturer, wholesaler is buying goods, then from wholesaler, retailer is buying goods, then this retailer is connecting wholesaler and consumers. He is the connecting link. Okay, so through wholesalers, goods are reaching to the consumers. Okay, now retailing is thus that branch of business which is devoted to the sale of goods and services to the ultimate consumers for their personal or non-personal non-business use. Okay, so here it doesn't mean that the one who is buying goods, he has to use for himself. He maybe, I mean, not for personal use or even for the business use. Okay, hope you understood. So we'll just go through again. Trade is two types, internal and external. So internal trade means within the trade happens within a country, and the external trade happens between two or more countries. Then again, internal trade divided into two types, wholesale and retail. Then wholesale traders, wholesaler is a person who buys goods in large quantities directly from the manufacturer and sell to the retailers. And wholesaler is the connecting link between producer and the retailer. Then comes retailer. Retailer is a person who buy goods in large or small quantities from the wholesaler and then sell to the consumers or ultimate consumers. So retailer is a person, or he is a link between wholesaler and the consumers. Now we see what are the services retailer is giving to manufacturers and wholesalers. First one, help in distribution of goods. Second one, personal selling. Third, enabling large scale operations. Third, collecting market information. Fourth, help in promotion. So next we will see what are the services retailer is providing to the consumers. First one, regular availability of products. Second one, new products information. Third one, convenience in buying. Fourth one, wide selection. Fifth, after sale service. Sixth, provide credit facilities. Okay, so these are the services retail is providing to manufacturers, wholesalers and consumers. So here are some terms of trade. Okay, all these are called as terms of trade. They may ask in your exams what is the full form of these abbreviations: COD, FOB, etc. Okay, so first one, COD, cash on delivery. Okay, I think this is very familiar to you. All of you are now dealing with the online business. Okay, online trading. Like you will be ordering your goods through online, Flipkart, then Amazon, etc. So sometimes you will have an option like cash on delivery. So no need to explain, I guess you will be knowing. But still, I'll read out the meaning. It refers to a type of transaction in which payment of goods or services is made at the time of delivery. Okay, not when you're booking the goods or services, but only at the time of delivery you are paying the cash. Okay. Next is free on board or free on trial. Okay, the second two are almost same. FOB and FOR, free on board, free on rail. So it refers to a contract between seller and the buyer in which all the expenses up to the point of delivery to a carrier. Okay, the carrier can be ship, rail, lorry, etc. So up to the carrier are to be borne by the seller. So all the expenses till it is boarding, it will be borne or taken care of by the seller, not to the buyer. Next is cost, insurance and freight, CFF. It is the price of goods which includes not only the cost of goods but also the insurance and freight charges payable on goods up to the destination port. Okay, and the last one, errors and omissions accepted, E and OE. It refers to that term which is used in trade documents to say that mistakes and things that have been forgotten should be taken into account. So they definitely, errors and omissions will happen in our daily lives, right? Whenever we make any contract or anything. So it is accepted. Okay, it will happen. So later you will take care of that. Hope all these points are clear to you.